Okay, back we come into Power Simulator 2. I thought I was in the middle of a job, but it's put me back to the base, it seems. Motel. Alright, so we're 871 out of 2000, 50% of the way through, supposedly. We did learn the magic of soap last time, at least. So we know how to trivialize the entire map and anything that we clean. We could have done the cement mixer in half, probably quarter of the time, to be honest. If I'd known about that. But I also would have felt bad about doing so. So, you know. Okay, controls? C, there we go. It's only been like 2 weeks and I've already forgotten how to do anything. Okay, so we've got this concrete or whatever on the outside here again. So here's the difference, right? We can just splash across that. That's the extension. There you go, soap nozzle. You can literally just do this, spray what you can, and then put it back onto normal, and hey, it's just gone. Without doing anything in particular, it's just gone. What's going on here? I don't think I want to know. Yeah, it feels stupid that we have concrete seemingly on the outside of a motel surface. Anyway, so it's like, well, if you're going to give me something stupid on the map, I will use the tools that you have given me that allow me to trivialize it. Yeah, what is this stuff? And why is it on the ceiling now? I mean, maybe this is meant to be more like mold, which I remember being pretty tough from last time. I did actually post on Steam, like in the discussions thing, of like, can we please have the information back again? But I doubt anyone saw it, and I doubt anyone cared. And I haven't done any updates that I'm aware of to the game anyway. Okay, yeah, we're just going to come across here with the soap later, just to clear all that stuff off, because that's just silly. But I don't need to do so for everything, like for most of this it's actually fine. And then we'll just come back over with the soap pressure. Should probably put the extension on just to make this easy, so I can look kind of down more instead of just staring up. Yeah, I'd really wish that they were like holding themselves accountable by actually saying, okay, yeah, you're cleaning off blah. Yeah, we are cleaning off mold, or grime, or whatever, instead of just, here's some rubbish that doesn't necessarily make any sense as to why it's so hard to clean. Good luck. We just want to make this already very large map take even longer. Have fun. That seems to be the sentiment. Oh good, that's sectioned up. That's nice. And I think I did resolve that, yes, I will use the soap, because it is a starting tool. I didn't have to buy it. It was already there. For better or worse, it was already there. But when I come to rinsing things off, I will still use, like, the yellow nozzle, because that's what I otherwise would have used to clean it off anyway. Oh, nice. There we go. It just means it takes me, like, I don't know, probably 10 minutes shorter than otherwise. Some of these bits here, yes, it's the same sort of stuff, but it's not as widespread. I just need to go slightly slower over it. If it makes sense to be there, I don't mind it as much. It's down here as well. Seriously, what is this? It looks like concrete, 'cause it looks like it's like the cement mixer job. I'm just going to be resorting to this a lot, I think. And the fact that they made it you don't even need to buy anything anymore. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe it's like, okay, well, we've made it that no one was using the soap because you had to buy it, and you only had a finite amount of money as you progressed unless you redid jobs in free mode, which didn't pay as much. So you had to grind jobs in order to buy more soap. So no one really used it, and those that did were frustrated by it. Let's just mandate that people are just going to have to use the stuff. But to compensate, we're going to make it that it no longer runs out. I should still go over this, like, normally first. Just to be clear about what actually needs it. I am concerned about these handprints. Like, I don't expect to be able to just clean everything perfectly all of the time. Which is part of the frustration with the soap, because that allows you to do just that. I expect some things to be more difficult, and I appreciate that some things are more difficult. However, context is also important to me. Like, I can definitely understand if there was like mold or mildew or something like that, and that was what was making this all mucky. In limited places. But that's not what this looks like. And it's just everywhere. And even something like that would, I feel, be easier to clean than what they've presented me with here. Interesting light. Looks almost like a lava lamp. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Stay at a hotel or motel, and outside every door, the outside light was a lava lamp. That would be cool. Or a glitter lamp, I guess, these days. Because the old school, like, oil and wax lava lamps are rather inefficient. You need to use, like, a hot bulb in order to make it work, and those are annoying and they blow, they need to be replaced a lot. That's it, that's because they're usually made poorly, so they don't have proper ventilation for the light. Whereas a more modern glitter lamp, it doesn't require the same level of heat to operate. Room number 6. Now, is this meant to be just a place that the people who work at the mine stay or something, and that's why there's concrete all over the place? I can understand there being, like, dirty footprints, if that's the case. But not just splashes of it everywhere. It was upstairs as well. It was, like, on the roof, rather. It was, like, on the roof near the air conditioning and stuff. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Still forgetting sometimes that I can actually just do that. Just, boom, just gone. It just feels so cheap to do that, right? It's great, and at the same time, it's terrible. I'm going to definitely be doing just like a mix of, yeah, sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I won't. I wish this balcony was just a little bit wider as well. Squirt. I don't know what sort of anti-cement compound this is, but maybe we just make up our own headcanon that makes us feel better. So it's not cement, it's actually something else. And the music picks up. Finishing touches on the window, maybe. I don't get to do this bit here as well, probably. Oh, there's still bits that haven't been done properly. Yeah, okay. It's the underside, there we go. Good. let's just do this because it's so much easier. Especially across the vent, like that'll be rust or whatever. I think the other issue that I had in terms of the real tough stains, like the concrete and stuff, is the lack of explanation. Like there's no reasoning given, at least with the first game. Like when you got to the mayor's house, there was the eggs. You know, that was hard to clean, but it was obvious why. It was eggs. And there was bubble gum on like, the skate park and stuff, and there's oil on some of the vehicles, and it made sense. I didn't mind it when it made sense. This, we've had just random purple gunk on the gas station, like even on the roof and stuff, and splattered on the walls. We've got random concrete seaming stuff all over the hotel, including on the roof and on the balconies and stuff. It's like, what is this? Like, give me a law reason for it, and I'll be less pissed off about it. Oh, the door step as well. Did I get the door step on this one? No. There we go. There's a welcome mat too, but I'll do all the floor all at once. The door step's just something I could see myself forgetting about. I'll do a wash, and we'll come back over with the soap to do it more stringently. I don't know, by the time I get around to actually putting this on YouTube, I'll probably be done with this run, but let me know if you think that my soap use is justified, or am I going too far with it for a supposed starting tools run? Have I invalidated my run? Like, originally I did a basic washer run in the first game, and that was just using the Vista, which was the starting washer, but I couldn't call it a starting tools run because at a certain point when you came to doing the mayor's house, you had to purchase, for free, you got a coupon, but you had to purchase or acquire and use the extra long extension. So because you were having to use the extensions, it was a required tools only, basically, or basic washer only. But then for this one, you get the urban, and I haven't yet encountered a map where I have had to use an extension. But I also started with the soap nozzle, and I don't have to purchase soap. So therefore it is not a, like, basic anything run. It is a starting tools run. I didn't realize at the start how the soap kind of trivializes that. The not purchasing extensions does enter into it still, because certain maps you have to creatively use the tools that you're given in terms of the scaffolding and the ladders and the scissor lift and stuff, rather than just being able to stand back and just blast away with everything. And obviously by now, I would normally have upgraded my washer to a better one. I have $20,000 in the bank. It's not like I can't afford to. I'm not sure what a normal run of this game would look like in terms of at what point do you upgrade. Would you hold off on the initial upgrade in order to skip up to the better one, because there's like multiple tiers? You can also in this sell your old washer to finance your purchase of the better ones, which is nice. That is a nice touch. Just going over this as if I was cleaning it properly and exposing the fact that I've just got all of this crud that I'm going to need to come over with, and I'm not going to scratch it all off with the red nozzle. I mean, if I had to, if they hadn't given me the soap, or if I had a limited amount of it per mat or something, before I had to buy more, then I would have to scratch my way down the whole thing. But we're not doing that if we don't have to. This job is already big enough. And that's the thing, is that it didn't really need the added tedium. Because that's all that this stuff is. It's not difficult, it's just tedious. Give me more difficult things. Give me things where I have to consider the angle that I attack it at. Yeah, nozzle choice is all well and good when it matters, when it's not just a case of, yeah, you either use the red or you're screwed. But I prefer it when it is, yeah, like a more technical exercise. How am I going to reach this feature? How am I going to actually physically clean it? Like the whole rock climbing park map, that was really cool. Because there was a lot of different angles and stuff on that. It was also very big. But size isn't everything. Don't just make a map big for the sake of making it big. But then something like the roller disco map, or even the farmhouse, I think those were good examples where it was a big map because it had to be big. I feel they probably overdid it a bit in terms of scale. I think the barn in particular could have been a little bit smaller. And bothers me that they called it a roller disco when it just looked like a nightclub. Didn't look really like there was enough room to go around on roller skates at any part. Yeah, I enjoy a good technical map. Like the old skate park in the first game was a really fun one. It was also a bit monotonous when it came to doing the concrete and stuff, but at least they didn't have a bunch of hard-to-get stuff on the lower surfaces. They had some graffiti on the walls, but that made sense. That was fine. I didn't really mind using the red nozzle to have to scrape away at all of the graffiti, because it kind of... it made you appreciate, in a weird way, what was there. You know, it fit the lore of the map. It made sense, so I didn't mind it. I'm not after realism in a game like this, but I am after believability. It's true of most things, to be honest. It's like when things bother me in movies and TV series and stuff. It's like, oh, but it's in a fantasy world, or it's sci-fi or whatever, so it doesn't have to make sense. Well, no, it doesn't have to be realistic. But it has to be believable within the universe framework. Probably going to use the scissor lift, I think, for all of this exterior stuff. That should be fine. Yes, this is where the concrete went over onto the roof for some reason. Now, if they had been doing some clear renovations or repair jobs or something like that, and you could clearly see that, like, and it wasn't all along here, it was just, okay, the repairman had come through and done certain things and made a mess. If that was part of the lore of the map, again, I would mind it less if that was the case. I do kind of also like the fact that you can cheese the soap in such a way that it exposes where you've missed spots as well. Because it fades, it only adheres to things that still need to be cleaned, which is funny. It kind of acts like a black light. It shows up what still needs to be cleaned, so I can see that I've done a good job on the walls. I just need to go straight down the middle here. Oh, 60%, we have our next update. And our green rooms is our deluxe option, Rebirth Day. Yeah, see, all we're getting is, we're not getting lore about what happened here and why we're cleaning it. It's just stuff about the rooms in the motel. Settle into an all-encompassing edible egg where you're surrounded by pure oxygen and a soft nutrient gel. That sounds hideous. As you slip into a higher level of consciousness, aka anxiety, the egg gently drifts across the room. Okay. Reaches the other side, you have to fight your way out and through the door to begin your new life reborn. Sounds like a cult. I know some people will be into it, I bet. That sounds horrific. Yeah, I kind of appreciate the little snippets like that, but then you could give me one... I don't think I got one at 50%. You could give me one every 10% or even quicker, but the crucial point is I don't remember any explanation for why is this dirty. I mean, you expect a place to be dirty to an extent, sure. Like, yeah, motel's going to be in need of cleaning regularly. I get that. Why is it dirty in this specific way, and what's with the nasty stains? Because, yeah, here we go, blah, 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 had to think on our feet, get folks to come to us, converting a motel to ultimate relaxation stage, so they're just converting it. Okay, so what's with all of the mess? Are you converting it from a concrete den somehow? Okay, I can't stand on this rail properly. There we go. This is just the easiest way to do this. This is where having an extension would be handy, because then I'd be able to just stand at the bottom and fire up with the extension. We're just going to have to do these steps, working our way down. And there's the next weird thing. So we had the concrete or whatever stains at the top on the balcony and going over the roof and all the way along to the doors, not on the steps. So why? Shouldn't these also be caked in whatever the hell it is, right? So now it's multiple things getting my goat. Because now there's inconsistency at play. Oh dear. It's like multiple people likely had an input on things on the map, but then didn't really coordinate. It feels like there wasn't just a single QA pass at the end or something to make it make sense. Alright, and then the outside is still filthy, and so is the inside here. Okay, this has some other sort of weird thing making it hard to clean. It's like some sort of ready... Oh, is that meant to paint? Ah, that's graffiti. Okay, no, that's kind of fair enough. Though I wish it was more interesting. It's just like a big bland printing of stuff. It's kind of half faded. Instead of like clear graffiti lines or anything. It's like, this is the bit that I actually, I say don't mind, it is awfully tedious, is I do dislike how kind of lazy it's implemented. If we just wash over this to expose what's underneath. It doesn't reflect anything. Like, it's not saying anything, it's not tagging as such, it's not any sort of mural or artwork or anything like that. It's just weird shapes, which I guess is all tagging really is, but it's very indistinct with a kind of odd, arbitrary blur on the edges and stuff. It's like, I don't mind it because it makes sense that we've got tagging that needs to be cleared off here. But I do mind it that it's just lazily implemented. last bit, and then I probably have to do a little bit of cleanup from further up. No, I don't. Okay, just gave it to me. Excellent. Yeah, see, that's a little bit of tedium. Oops, wrong one. That I don't mind. Or I mind less, put it that way. But then it's like, why wasn't that the case with everything else? Why did you make it look like some sort of weird concrete? Why wasn't it just that the balconies and sidewalls and stuff were tagged? Because maybe it had been derelict and you were, instead of refurbishing your existing motel, you bought a dilapidated, run-down motel that the other owners were struggling to make succeed, and that's why you were converting it. But you are doing it from the state of it being effectively abandoned, and that would make sense why it's filthy and why there would be tagging everywhere, and it would just make a lot more sense than what I've been seeing here. Come on, guys. I love your game, but it's the details. It's just the little details. If you need some sort of consultant for Power Simulator 3 or future updates, hit me up. I would love to give a test run. I wouldn't stream it or anything like that. NDA, all of that, that would be fine by me, but just happy to receive a beta code or something and give you some feedback and make some suggestions. And yeah, that's really talking myself up as if I actually know what I'm doing. I am just a humble critic. Not even a critic, really. Just someone who nitpicks things when they play games, because, hey, you give me a game like this, I've got lots of time to think about what it is that I'm doing, right? So don't be surprised when I then overthink things in the map. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would just say, but you're just supposed to clean it, you're not supposed to think about it. It's like, yeah, but I'm going to think about it, alright? What else am I supposed to do with my brain while I'm doing this? This is not a mental exercise. I'm giving my brain a break from thinking about everything else. But it's got to do something. It's just every game I like to play as if it's a role-playing game, basically. Because you are, really. Every game is a role-playing. That's why I feel RPG as a genre is kind of incorrect. It describes something, but it's kind of an empty thing, because literally every game you are playing a role. You are the player. In whatever situation that the character model, or not, in the case of a third person or over-the-top view or something, you are performing a role. Simple as that. Yeah, I don't have, like, upgrades, or, well, I do, kind of. I have equipment upgrades. I don't have personal upgrades. It's not like in House Flipper where they give you kind of perks and stuff, which I've never thought made much sense. Like, I kind of appreciate it for the fun of it, but it didn't make any sense. Nice. Interesting that the first floor seems to be cleaner than the second floor. I'm not having to face the same stuff. Like, the ground looks horrific down here, but it's just coming away with the yellow. It's nothing. What's the difference? Why was the top floor so bad? This is the easier one to get to. I don't know. That feels like then you had two different designers or dirt mappers doing different parts of the level, and there was no real coordination between to have a homogeneous story or theme. Ding. This I don't mind. I mean, it's repetitive that we've got 6 rooms that are basically the same thing, just a little bit tiresome. A little bit of differences in design would be kind of nice if it wasn't just one big flat front, if there was like a curve or something, just to break the monotony and make it so they're not all the same would be nice. But it's fine, I mean, it's a motel, what do you expect? It fits. And it's just big, that's all. It's just a big level, that's fine. Why are you not wanting to clean? What am I missing on you? Huh? I don't see anything stuck on there. Is it... Oh, it's the top of it. That hasn't been a problem with any of the others. Interesting. There we go. Vent and wall. I feel this whole thing has been a vent. Really. This is bonus track 2. I'm not even sure I know what this is from. This is... It's not Planet Crafter. Is it Satisfactory? Surely not. Funky though. Give me a sec. Where does this appear in the playlist? There's a clue. Oh, it seems to be bonus tracks from Civilization Call to Power. Okay. Fair enough. I did think it sounded similar to Congo Melody and stuff. I had forgotten that there were bonus tracks. I'm not sure they were on my version of the disc. This is a version of the soundtrack that I did download, rather than digging out the original disc. Number 1. There we go. Cool. Also beating that was like the achievement or something. It was like clean door number 1, or maybe there's some sort of pop culture reference that I'm too under a rock to know about, where it's like clean door number 3 first because that's relevant. Like maybe it's a hint or something. I don't know. I don't remember getting an achievement from this map so far, and I don't really hold out much hope of getting something from it. Not all of them seem to have an achievement tied to them either. I hate the ones where it's like clean X last. So I'm really hoping there's not too many of those. But we'll worry about achievement hunting when we go back through in free play mode. After we buy literally everything when we finish. Because that's the plan. Let's just do this strip along here. Oh, we should probably do... Oh, see, now that's nice. We have a smiley face. Well, that's all better now then, isn't it? Be even better if it was like a smiley face in paint, and that's what I was having to clean off. It's like wholesome graffiti. It'll kind of make me feel bad about cleaning it off at that point, but... Graffiti is just transient art. It's there for as long as it takes until it gets cleaned, that's all. And then the canvas is washed clean to allow the next budding artist to come along and express themselves in their own way. That's one way of looking at it. Fortunately, these columns I don't actually get to clean until I've done them from the front as well. Which honestly I probably should have done first, really. Like, from a logical cleaning perspective, if we had, like, splash and stuff, you would probably clean everything facing in towards the motel first. Because it would, like, splash in onto the doors and everything. And then you'd come along and clean like where I am now last to make sure that that was the part that was done the best. I don't even know what's meant to happen with all of the water that will be running off from cleaning this stuff too. Do we collect that in some way? It needs to go into a big tank to be filtered or dumped into a treatment plant somewhere. I don't know if I've ever sprayed the cats. You can't spray the cats. Oh, that's funny. Just, you look at the cat and nope, nope, can't spray the cat. Wow. Come on, some cats don't mind a bit of water play. That's funny. I don't think I've ever thought to even try that before. Nice, side floor. May as well just work our way back on this as well and do this front floor bit. Though it looks like it probably then continues around. Let's put this on so we can work further up the screen. So I'm just kind of looking at the center instead of down all the time. I'm sorry, what do you want me to pick up? Presumably the ladder, but it's over there. Whatever. There's an abseil thing and I have no idea why. Useful on the billboard, because I didn't have a scaffolding that went up high enough. But, not that useful for anything else, really. Well, it was useful on the rock climbing wall as well, I guess. But I found it mostly just more trouble than it's worth to maneuver with a lot of the time. I think all of my things, like, reset back to where they started out as well, probably. We'll do the underside of this, and then we'll get the scissor lift. And we'll start working our way down. That's the underside done. Cool, and then there's this bit out here. I probably don't need the scissor lift for this, to be honest. I don't really have a good place to stand here, though. Like, it is awkward, but I can kind of reach the edge. And I can reach the other side from further over. So this is fine. Yes, look over here. We can just do this. Cool. Nice, and then stairs wall, right, and then the balcony is where we've got all this rubbish again. Well, we have an extension and it lets us get close enough, so let's just do that, and we'll see if that's good enough, and then we can, yep, that's good enough. I was going to say I can always follow up with the red nozzle if I really had to. Cool piece of music from Satisfactory here, that's the final, like, in-game music. So we're going to park the scissor lift rather precariously here. This is where having an extension would be handy because I wouldn't have to use this. And yes, we're just going to go straight to using the soap because why would I not? Quite frankly, at this point... Oh, we have to go down a little bit, I think. Because this definitely falls into the realm of things that are just annoying for the sake of being annoying. So we're just going to clean them like that. And down we go to here. And this is what I was meaning by it would make more sense to do this first. And then the area with the doors and stuff, because we're just getting splashback. Like we're just splashing all of this rubbish over onto the... We just get extra spray and stuff over onto the door and everything. This is kind of handy in some ways, just to have a bit of extra elevation and distance rather than standing right in front of it. Nice. Okay, then the light still needs to be done from this side. There we go. Easy. Alright, scissor lift can come over here now. That should be fine, probably. Okay, yeah, you know what? I can just do this. It's fine, it's fine. It's not fine, never mind. It's not fine compared to just being able to do this, especially since I can see that that stuff goes all the way down here. There we go. The fact that the soap loosens it up to the point that you can just use the white nozzle is the real cheese. I refuse to stoop to that level of trivializing things. Like, seriously, who thought that if I go here and we go white, look at that. Who thought that was a good idea? So the dirt should have a sort of degree of difficulty on it, I feel. I think that would be good, as if there was like a degree of difficulty of, okay, you know, grade 1 to 4. 1 where it needs to have the red nozzle. And with like maybe decimal points within that as well, so it's like, yeah, okay, the yellow can clean it, but barely sort of thing. And then applying soap to something would just loosen it up by 2 stops. I reckon that would be a good way of implementing it. So yeah, something that needed red. Yeah, now you can clean it with the yellow or maybe even the green. But not the white nozzle. It doesn't just wash away magically. That seems ludicrous. It seems fair for something like this stuff, that okay, if we were using the white, it does actually clean it. This bit it doesn't. So like this bit here, the widest nozzle does not clean this. Fair enough. But it's like if I used soap on it, then it should loosen it up to the point that the white cleans it, because hey, otherwise we can just use the yellow anyway, so that's fine. But something that otherwise needed to be scraped away with the red. Yeah, no. Disagree, game. It's a hell of a thing to complain about a game being made too easy for you, right? What kind of idiot complains about a game where the devs have made it just too easy? This idiot. That's who. And I mean, to be fair, I've long been a proponent of the idea of being able to just make your own rules in games. Like, yeah, by default, arguably too easy. So just restrict yourself. Like, yeah, do what I'm doing is just, I'm putting my own restrictions on it because I think that it's too easy. And I feel that just doing like a 2-stop system. So now I have to use the yellow because that's all it could do. Oh, there's the motel roof done. 30 P points for that. Nice. Of course, because the trim counted as a roof segment. Nice. 79%. I think I just wanted to move you out of the way now. You can go back over there. The umbrellas I can probably jump on top of. Nice, motel column. Oh, polka dot umbrellas. Brilliant. Doing and doing, sure enough. I just use the green on these. Probably not properly. Actually, yeah. Seems to work. Maybe not on the metal at the top, but never mind. Umbrella top are cleaned as well. And then the umbrella presumably also needs the underside done as well. And edges. This is where it gets a bit awkward. Pole is the frame? Something separate as well? A pole, like, pole includes the frame. That's odd. Not how I would have split it up personally, but whatever works. Maybe the green's good enough as well. I don't know, maybe let's just do yellow for the further bits at the very least. We seem to have strayed into dramatic music territory. There we go. Oh, and the underside of the table too. Alright. This is not one of those glass tables. I really don't like those. Everything's so close to being done. These chairs are really fiddly. Oh, I probably need to do underneath those as well. Yeah, okay. So on the one hand, everything cleans on the chair just using the green, but it's easier to actually use like the red. Oh, there's the table. Good. Okay. Funny, because that's pretty much the angle I was originally doing it on. So it's just the pole. Oh yeah, I can see where that's still dirty. Okay, fair enough. You know what? Valid. This chair, on the other hand... Oh. Yeah, the top, funnily enough. Because I hadn't done the top yet. There we go. That's the umbrella pole. Funnily enough, when you start up doing the underside, you do have to then do the top side afterwards. Oh. Patio furniture done, but there's another one. Huh? Do I get two separate bonuses with two separate groups? That seems odd. I was expecting to only get like a patio furniture bonus for doing all of it. Mud? So you should really have a railing around your pool. That would not be legal in New Zealand. I can tell you that right now. %, still didn't see any further updates from the person either. I don't think I've heard about every single room. I thought I'd only done like 3 different rooms. Do we have a chat history? I don't think we do we? No, I don't think so. That was the other thing, that we used to have like a chat history of everything that had talked to us. I'm not sure we do in this, unless we get it when we finish, but I'm not sure. Because I cannot remember anything about the other rooms from like 2-3 weeks ago, or whenever it was I last played this. And this is far too big a map to do in one session. I mean, unless you were using a better washer and used soap for everything. Then you probably do it in like half an hour. Well, no, maybe an hour. It's still large, so it's still going to take a certain amount of time. Want to stand on here? Yes, good. Do them from this angle at least. How about I just do the tops of the chairs, tops and the backs, and then we'll go around doing the undersides all at once and clean the rest of them as well. But I should start with doing the top of the umbrella again. Kind of hoping for a different colour, to be honest. Cool. That's that done. the pool is probably what we're going to be doing last. Which I think kind of makes sense. In lieu of everything else, if we don't have a way of capturing all of our runoff, then that pool is going to be getting very filthy from a lot of splash and stuff. I'd probably have a pump that was just pumping the runoff into the pool. But then the pool filtering and stuff would not be set up for that sort of thing either, so that also would not be smart. Cool, that's the umbrella done. Hopefully the pole slash frame is done well enough from up there as well. And now we're gonna have to crouch all the way down. Other side of the chairs. Oh, haven't done the back of that one. Oops. There's a table. Oh, that's the chairs. Now it's just the pole, I think. There we go. And yeah, we did get another bonus for doing the second patio furniture. That's interesting. Not what I expected. Okay, I think we're going to need the yellow for this, and maybe the extension so we don't have to look at it at quite as sharp an angle. Now we've got this little trail leading over here, so let's do this. And just work everything towards the pool now. I'm going to be very glad when this is finished. I don't mind doing the motel necessarily, but did it have to be so big? Could it have been a boutique B&B instead, perhaps? And did it need to have a pool and a massive patio? Couldn't it have just gone straight out into the car park? That would have been a good way of splitting it up, I feel, is that, okay, we need you to clean the motel so that we can start having guests staying. Cool, thanks for cleaning the motel. Exterior. Now that we've got some guests staying on a provisional basis, we need you to come back and clean our patio and pool so that we can open all of our amenities. You know, first just let's get people in the beds. As like a business motel, not interested in amenities, cool. Now let's do the amenities so that we can start to offer it more as a family destination. Or like for couple stays and stuff. Would have made a huge level just slightly more manageable. Just break it into a couple of chunks. Could even done it the other way around too, because the pool and patio would probably be easier, so hey, we need the patio and pool cleaned because we're hosting a big event, and then, oh, they've trashed the place and spread crap everywhere. Can you clean the rest of the motel now, please? It's one of those things where, like, if this was being presented like an actual simulator game, or like Lawnmower Simulator or something, none of that would matter. Like, it would not be in the slightest bit necessary. It would be kind of nice in some ways to split up the jobs still, but you certainly shouldn't need to worry about any sort of story and relating to the level or anything like that. But it's the fact that they have characters that are talking to you, and, you know, they're introducing these scenarios, and that lends itself to story building, world building, and that's where you're having to justify things more comes into it, because you've started off with this veneer of it being more of a character-based game, So now your characters in your world need to have a little bit more depth. If you hadn't bothered and just made it, yeah, this is just Power Wash Simulator. You are just a contractor. You don't care about who's giving you a job or anything like that. Just go there, go to this place, clean it. It wouldn't be as fun, that's the thing. There's a reason why I've played this game a lot more than Lawnmower Simulator, even though that's a driving game, which is much more up my alley, generally. So but it doesn't grab you as much because it lacks that sort of personal connection. The whole time we've had this might of the storm giving my comments a epic backtrack. I mean, power washing is kind of might of the storm, right? We're not Thor, we're not doing lightning, but we are god of the flash floods, I guess? Everyone always focuses on the lightning side of, like, a god of the storms or anything like that. It's all about the lightning. What about the rain? You know, that's kind of the key part, really. The wind and the rain. Instead, water is usually seen to just be the domain of, like, a god of the ocean or something, but, hey, rain and fresh water exists, right? It's not all salt water. That's an interesting piece of music. Now we've got some pipes. Nice. I hate doing railings. It's so annoying doing railings. Oh, I probably just need to do, like, yeah, I need to do it from this end. There we go. Oh wow, that was super generous. There was so much still to do with that. Cool, and then we've got diving board, we'll do... Oh yeah, we just haven't done the underside of it at all, have we? There we go. The rest of this trim bit here, just do around there. Ah, it's broken up on the corners, fair enough. Go. I think there was an option to make it so that it doesn't flash randomly at me. Actually, no, I think there might not have been. I think I remember looking for one previously. It's just every now and then a feature that I previously started cleaning and then left will just flash at me. It's like, remember me? I'm still here. Like if we do splash down there and then we're up here. No? Okay, never mind. It's not wanting to show off for now. Am I crazy? I could swear I saw things just like flashing randomly at me. I probably need to do the underside. Of course. There we go. Did I do that trim? Yes. Yeah, see, now the bottom, the whole floor, see it's pulsing. It's like flashing white to remind me, yeah, you've still got to clean this, you know. It's like, yes, I know. It used to only do that when you selected it in the list, like from your checklist. So if you were looking for something, you didn't know, oh, what part is that? Where is that? Which one of these 6 things still needs cleaning? Then it would flash for you. It'd be nice if that was still the case. Instead, they seem to have made it far too... It's trying to be too helpful. It's far too helpful. And in that, it just becomes annoying. It's like one of those shop attendants that always asks, "You alright? You need any help there?" It's like, nope, if I need any help, I would come and ask. I know why they do that. That's a security thing. It's got nothing to do with it, but... That's what it reminds me of. Let's do the steps. We don't have a checklist yet either, which concerns me a little bit because... oh, here we go. Pull, drain, floor and wall, because I was thinking that all I've got to do left is the pull, walls and the floor. Turns out there's a drain as well, so fair enough. Does all need to go somewhere. Just the wall. I do wish it also did have like a times whatever on the list. Yeah, pull drain, cool. Pull floor, cool. There's only one of each of those. Pull wall. Times what? Times 2? Times 3? So it would have been times 4, times 3, now it should be times 2. And now it should just be just the one. So I don't know how many pull walls you still need me to clean. Especially if it's like a smaller feature or something. It was like door handle or something, but I think they were numbered. I mean, pull step, there was like 6 of those. So if I'd missed one, I wouldn't know how many. There we go. Yep, now it's just the floor and the drain. I assume the floor is just one. The one piece. Does the green work for this? Not really. Not as well. So it's very bright now that it's clean. They always make it a sort of bluey sort of colour, so that then the water looks blue, like it's a nice ocean sort of thing, because otherwise it wouldn't be large enough to actually create that effect. Nice if the mosaic was a little bit more patterned though. In fact, at the shallow end, I feel it should be more of like a sandy colour, like as if you were on a beach. That'd be kind of cool. And just in general, I would have thought that having the pool mosaic being more of a sandy colour, as if you were swimming over sand or something, would be kind of cool. I'll leave the drain till last if I can. Just, we'll do half of the drain, but not all of it. Restraint. Alright, and let's follow up. Let's back this way. I don't think we got... Did we get something at 90%? I don't think we got anything at 90%. Oh. Guess I wasn't that interested anyway. There we go. Job complete. Sheila later. Is that meant to be sounding like see you later? Got a dirty gator that needs a deep clean. Get yourself down to the wreck whenever you can. What is that? Oh, was that like a... dirty gator? Is that like a steamboat or something? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Soon enough. Didn't hear anything further about the motel rooms though. Never mind. That was a pretty large job, to say the least. That was the first one we've had to split over 2 sessions. I mean, I think I didn't start with it last time. That would have helped. And once again, the thing just disappears too quickly. Incredible, can't wait to see all the rebranding up everywhere. Sorry I'm trying to get so excited, don't want to spoil the vibe, but it's amazing. We'll keep a rebirth egg warm for you. You could not, honestly. Yeah, don't worry about it.